Catch RCN SportsTalk now, anywhere, anytime.
Before we start talking about boys, I got to ask these guys about girls basketball, because we're used to, in this RCN viewing area, we see some good teams, some very good teams from time to time, and we also see some very good players from time to time. This year, I think we are loaded all over the viewing map. I mean, Easton, they've gone through adversity. They lost Blaszczyk early in the season. They lost Myers, a Division I player, late in the season, and they went out and beat a very good Parkland team for the EPC championship. And then you look at Parkland, and they got Ewald and Piston and all these great players. And you go to Northampton, they have Blunt, who's averaging 20 points per game, and a freshman who's shooting the lights out from three-point range. Nazareth has great players. Southern Lehigh has great players. Palisades has Division I players.
Liberty.
Yeah, we could go on and on talking about the special talent. And they're smart, too, which really has impressed me this year. But are we looking at one of the best all-time years as far as girls basketball in the viewing area? Toomey, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm very impressed with the ladies out there. They're playing very hard and showing a lot of grit out there, and just, showing a lot of skill as well. You want to compare them to some of the greatest, though? I mean, obviously Central Catholic has a lot of teams out there that would contest. Yeah. We just saw a great player last year in Callista Walters, who took her team all the way to the state final, I believe, one year. So I don't want to quite put them up, but I will comment on the depth. I think the depth is very intriguing.
Yeah, because I've seen 5 girls games this year, and they're very fundamentally sound. They don't make a lot of mistakes. In fact, the one game, there was like a minute left in the fourth quarter, and a girl, made a bad pass. That's the first mental mistake I've seen the whole game. Tom and Andre, your thoughts on the girls' basketball this year?
Well, I was fortunate to work with Gary, and we did the Easton Parkland girls game. I'll tell you what, Coach Lutz and that team, you talk about executing on the offensive end, and as Toomey said, playing hard, lots of guts, lots of glory. They just laid it out on the line, and they ran an offense where they brought everybody above foul line and foul line extended. And they just motion, cutting, big girls could handle the ball, backdoor cuts. They just executed on the offensive end. And they played good defense. They shut down a good Parkland team, Nadine Ewald, I believe. Nice inside player. And the Easton girls did a tremendous job.
Yep. Andre, how about your thoughts on girls basketball this year?
Well, Chris, I've only covered 2 girls basketball games all season. One was Liberty against Becca, and the other one was Easton against Parkland. The Liberty game was interesting. Jocelyn Jones of Becca, who's going to Bloomfield College in D2 college in New Jersey, is one of the top colleges in New Jersey. They got 4 Division I transfers coming to that powerhouse. And Liberty's Caitlin West, she's going to IMG Academy in Florida. I think she is probably a D1 player. She's not getting a lot of looks, because in the Lehigh Valley, people aren't concerned about people who pass the ball. She passes the ball a lot.
Score points. Right?
They want to score points.
Yeah.
So she's not getting a fair shake, I think.
Yeah. Something else I wanted to talk about with girls basketball, and this is actually a bit of a concern of mine, and I think girls basketball and maybe even the smaller boys and even mid-level boys-sized schools might have this problem going forward. And really, I think it could be a major concern.